Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but lately something has been popping up more and more in my feed, and personally I think that this is a big problem, and at least it can be a massive problem for us photographers if it's not already. And in this video, my friends, we need to talk about it because this is not good. Now, what I'm talking about is this here. What you're looking at is just absolute garbage. It's basically AI generated photos that spread like wildfire on social media that claim to be real photos. Now, this pisses me off a ton because us photographers, we spend so much time like going out taking photos. I mean, I'm in the wilderness at the moment to take photos, and then you can just prompt some like stupid like prompts on an AI generator. And by the way, I have nothing against AI, but it's when it's used to dupe people telling us that this is real photos. Like here, this is Iceland. This is not Iceland, my friend. I come from Iceland. It doesn't look like this. And then this gets just spread so much, and people just consume it and think maybe that this is Iceland. And at least these like people that are doing this, they get all the credit and a lot of likes and reshares and grow their channels doing it. I mean, what? Now, this video is inspired by an interesting conversation Dan started within my community, the Darkroom. If you're like interested to know what that is, you can find it in the description down below. But basically, I think that we have a problem. I mean, what do you think? I mean, using like AI as a tool to help us out, I think is fantastic. I mean, generative fill and expand has made like taking away and removing photos, or if your photo is not like perfectly in frame, so much easier and simply just better. I mean, those of us who've been doing this for quite some time, we remember like the stamp tool. I mean, we still use the stamp tool, but I don't know about you, but me, I find myself just using the lasso tool around some subject and bam, magic. I mean, it's pretty great. I think like the problem for me occurs when you're claiming something is real when it's actually not. And because so many of us, and I just know how hard it is to go out and catch the perfect photo. I mean, not only have to plan things in advance, you often have to travel distances, and then you just get these generative AI pictures spreading, like I told you before, like wildfire, getting so much recognition because they claim they are real, while the real work might not. And that, I mean, that pisses me off, and I'm not really sure what to do. Look, I'm a full-time creative, and I get what this is happening. It's not some sort of like crazy conspiracy theory that Mark Zuckerberg is like drinking children's blood or something like that. That is probably not true, probably. But it's simply due to the fact that this is content that is so easy to generate just with a few prompts, so you can create multiple ones of these in an hour or like minutes, and they just push them out. And it's a real problem. My homepage is just riddled of this. And my friend, this is not real photo. I know like it's not you, or are you doing it? If you're doing it, then me and you, we have a problem. If not, then I'm just going to do a virtual high five to you, my friend. But like honestly, I think this needs to stop because it's simply not right. And the irritating thing about it is it doesn't even look like the places it's claiming to be. And one of the real issues and sad truths, I think, and I hope I'm not right here, but I do like truly think that, is that a lot of jobs for us photographers is in like serious danger and real threatened. And you know, I'm not saying that this is like the death of photography or the end of our art form or the world to that matter, or some other big words YouTubers tend to use to get views and attention, but I do think it's pretty crazy to assume that it wouldn't affect our industry at all. I mean, just this here, if it's like replacing already like content creation as a photographer, like what does that even mean? And for instance, you don't have to go further away than just in the music industry, that lo-fi music nowadays, and you can see this all over YouTube and Spotify, that you can create lo-fi, you can honestly create whatever music you want with AI, but lo-fi music is just so good that people are just creating it in masses. And because you can create so many songs per hour, you're just flooding YouTube and Spotify with lo-fi music. So just go and check out lo-fi music nowadays. If you go a few years ago, 2 years ago, whatever, in the description of the lo-fi music channels, you could see credits to the artist. But nowadays there's no credit because it's AI generated. You understand? And these creators, I'm not going to go so far calling them artists, but like they're just mass pushing it in so much quantity that is not possible. Really, I mean, it is what it is, and I truly believe that in life, everything changes so fast, and we live in a day and age where things change so fast that you either have to adapt or die. But we still can think, stop a little bit and be like, is this what we want? These type of photos? I don't know, you tell me. Let me know in the description down below. And I don't think the big companies will do anything about it. For instance, I know Spotify just makes more money this way. And YouTube probably too, because it's just throwing in so much more content in there and just feeding the content machine. So they're probably just happy, more ad revenues for them, less ad revenues for us, creators. Or should I say real creators, and more for the AI generated. It's getting my Viking blood boiling, you know? And then of course, one of the bigger problem is that with these AI generated photos that claim to be real, is that a lot of people believe that they are real. And as long as people do that, in my opinion, it's gonna be pushed out like this, and it's gonna devalue our job. That's at least my opinion. And look, although I personally think it's pretty lame to push out content like this on social media, then I do understand these people. I mean, they're just taking advantage of a situation where you're able to create and push out a ton of content for a fairly low effort. But where I come from, then I would definitely like to give them a little bit of, geschmeckt, because I do think they suck. And I'm not naive. I don't think that we can stop this technology or anything like that, and I'm not against it. I think it's going to enhance us as a species a lot, or give us a lot of geschmack, But I think in the end of the day, what's bothering me so much with this, that I wanted to make a video about it and rant here, I don't know for how many minutes, in this cold weather, that I don't like it when people are claiming something is real and that they went out and did something, because I know how hard it is to get a fantastic photo and say this is just real, when I know in fact that they sat on their ass, probably a little bit computer sweaty, that sweat when it's you haven't done anything, but it's a little this cold sweat. That's exactly how I see these people. I shouldn't talk like this, but with a few prompts, and then you have a photo. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there a solution for this? Not sure, but at the very least, I think these platforms should have some sort of tag telling people that this is not a real photo that they're looking at. I mean, AI art is fantastic. I think it's really, really cool. But I just wanna know that this is it. And at least Instagram, and I think YouTube too, let us click, but that is not enough. I think you should use the metadata. These images are made with programs that put the metadata in them. That why can't Facebook, Instagram, and these multi-billion-dollar companies just read the metadata so it automatically tells you this is made with artificial intelligence? That could be one solution, but I don't know. I'm just a YouTuber trying to get you to like my videos. I'm not smart, Zuckerberg, help us out here, brother. And if we just put aside the fact that this is AI generated content that is claiming to be real, which is obviously super irritating, then what this is doing for us that are putting out real content, photography content out there, this is just diluting it, because it's just pushing out a ton of fake photos claiming to be real, which is a problem for us because there are only so many eyes on social media at any given time. So if you dilute it, then there's less views coming to us who are creating the real stuff. So that is bad there too. And there is so many other things that sucks about this. Anyway, enough of the ranting, my friend. Here's how I would choose the best first beginner camera in this day and age.